Now, you'll be well aware that the credit bureau Experian accidentally handed over personal details of around 24 million consumers and nearly 800,000 businesses to an individual it now describes as a fraudster. This is South Africa's largest ever data breach. So the question we're asking today on Wednesday lunchtime, how's this being investigated by the information regular that complains of little resources and also a paltry budget? The person heading that body is Advocate Pansy Tlakula, who joins us now on the program. Advocate, good afternoon to you and welcome. So to what extent are you dealing with this? What are you able to tell us?
Good afternoon, Jeremy, to you and the viewers. We have had a number of meetings with Experian to try and understand how we reached this point. They have been very cooperative. They have told us that they are conducting their own investigation, and they have also reported the matters to the Hawks. On our side, as you know, our mandate is quite narrow as far as this matter is concerned. Our mandate is to look at whether they have put in place adequate organizational and technical measures to secure the information of data subjects. So what we have done with the little resources that we have engaged a forensic analyst to review the investigation that Experian has conducted, just to make sure that they did a proper investigation in order for us to be satisfied that the personal information of South Africans will not be compromised again going forward, and secondly, to assist them as well to ensure that they have adequate security measures in place.
If it is found, sorry, Advocate, if it is found that there were gaps then in Experian's system, do they face any sanction? Can you bring any pressure to bear on that front?
You see, if the data breach had occurred this time next year, we would be able to fine them up to 10 million rands, and the CEO would also face imprisonment of up to 10 years. We can't do that now because, as you know, our act came fully into operation on the 1st of July when the president issued a proclamation. But because the act is new in South Africa, private and public bodies have been given a grace period of 1 year to put their compliance systems in place. So we will not be able to enforce the act until the 1st of July next year. So we cannot fine them at this point in time. We can't take any action against them.
Do you have a sense as to whether data breaches in this country are getting worse?
They're scary, actually. And I don't want to sound alarmist, but I think we are a safe haven for data breaches in this country. Between May and now, we have had 29 data breaches. After Experian, we've had 2 others.
How big were those?
Not too big, the biggest that we've had is Experian this year. I think the one that we are following now is from the KZN Department of Education, which reportedly compromised the personal information of teachers who have comorbidities and who had registered their health information during the COVID-19. We told that data breach, that the data has been breached. We have written to the department and we are following up with them. You know about Momentum, and we are meeting them soon. One of the biggest that we had is Liberty Holdings, as you know. But I normally want to mention Liberty Holdings because they've been following best practice. Since that breach occurred, they have been consistently keeping us informed on what they are doing and what they have done. We're actually having another meeting with the CEO and his team on the 30th of September.
Advocate Tlakula, I'm going to ask you one more question. I'm going to ask you to be brief because time is always against us. Why is it, do you think, that companies, organizations, whether in the private or the public sector, are seemingly unable to prevent this from happening? What are they doing wrong?
I think because we have not had a law in this country. The companies that are doing business in Europe, I think they've been complying because the European law, the GDPR, forces them to comply. But with us, POPIA is all new, so everybody has been laxed. But people have to ensure that they comply because next year, there are going to be serious consequences for non-compliance.
All right, we're going to come back to you in a couple of days on this story. I appreciate you updating us.